So now we side by side. So yeah, all right. Let me see. So that's the record. This call being. All right, bet. All right.
Talking about what we talking about. I can do this all day. What we talking about? What we talking about? What we talking about? I ain't feeling what you saying. What we talking about? From time to time, every set of brothers argue. You gotta listen in to catch a glimpse here from our view. I finish every debate that I'm in. Gonna start it up in time tomorrow. We run it again. Ain't no stopping us. What we talking about? What we talking about? I can do this all day. What we talking about? What we talking about? What we talking about? I ain't feeling what you saying. What we talking about?
What up? What up? We're back for season 6.
Sir, give a round
Write
of
that down
applause
for a
on
second.
that.
We're back for season 6, episode 1. After a 2-week break, 2-week hiatus, we're back in the building, man. Definitely keeping our eyes peeled to this LSU UCLA women's basketball game. It's been a very action-packed, back and forth game where both teams are putting up big shots in the last few minutes of this game. Just excellent basketball being played on both sides of the on both behalves of both teams. So we keeping our eyes on it, man. But we're here, Ray. Season 6.
Season 6,
6
baby.
years in the game, man. We've been doing this almost 6 years, man. Like, how does that feel for you?
I mean, it feels great, man. You know, it's any journey that you're trying to accomplish something big. It's going to be ups, downs, lefts, rights. You know, it's going to be internal fighting like we used to argue like crazy in the beginning. But, you know we got something great, man. And we just got to continue to plug along, continue to make things happen. And, you know, things going to happen great for us, man. I know it.
Well, like, being that this is our 6th year, man, and we've been doing this for this amount of time, like, give me your thoughts on, like, you know, like, what has been some of the things that you find impactful? Like, we talked about some of the things that we, you know, the struggles here and there, and, you know, the arguing. That's why we call ourselves the arguing brothers. But talk a little bit about, like, what has it been for you, being that you've been doing this for this amount of years, and the fact that, you know, we're in this game. Like, how has it been for you as far as, like, what, you know, things that you gotten out of it, that maybe impact you as far as, you know, other parts of your life?
Man, I think it's been a blessing, man, not only to, you know the game of sports, but to allow people to hear our voice on a national level. You know, when you're doing it with, 3 other people that have the same passion as you, have the same drive, and we're going to win. And not only just that, just to be able to help in the community, with the Mel Johnson storefront, we've been able to help with toy drives. And, sometimes it's bigger than, just us, right? It's bigger to help other people. And I think this podcast has given us the platform to, spotlight other people, spotlight women, spotlight other, professional athletes. And it's just been a blessing, man. And I'm just truly, thankful for my 3 guys, for, coming together and sticking with it and being dedicated, man. So it's just been an honor to be able to, have something of our own. A lot of times people,
I think
fall out and sell content to others just for money. But we got something that's our own, and you can't put a price on it.
And people gotta understand, like, it's a lot of ups and downs when it comes to places. I mean, things like this. When you have 4 different individuals have different thought processes, look at things in different ways, and kind of conduct things in their own way. Bringing that together, coming like a brain trust to bring it together, takes a lot of dedication, sacrifice, communication, and beyond. So it's one of those things, man, where you just gotta keep fighting, keep doing the great things that we continue to keep doing. And we're gonna keep putting our content in, man, and keep enjoying this as we on this journey that we all are part of, man. So 6 years in the game, 6 years of doing this. It's always been some time where you question things, Is it going to manifest? What's going to happen moving forward? But we're just going to just keep trying to just stay above it all and really keep trying to flourish and get better every year, every season, every time, every episode. So let's get into the NCAA tournament. Men's tournament talk. Let's talk about it. Let's start it off. Give me your thoughts on this, man. Like, can anybody beat the Uconn Huskies? Is it the Huskies against the field? Who you got?
I got UConn, bro. I didn't do a bracket this year. I was on vacation and I really wasn't watching TV like that, so I didn't get a chance to see the brackets. But UConn is looking strong, man. They just so big on the inside, and they got enough shooting on the outside to make teams fold, bro. When you got strength on the inside and they so physical, like they get into you defensively, and I think that's their calling card. Offense gonna come and go, but when you can lock up defensively, control the boards, bro, they are looking tough. But the one thing about March Madness, bro, anybody can be beat. Anybody can have a bad game, bad moment, or stretch in the game, and you lose. But right now, UConn is looking real, real tough. But anybody can be beat March Madness, bro. That's why people love it so much, because it's so unpredictable. It's so unpredictable. Like even Alabama, Alabama played up and down this year.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it was injuries, cats being in and out. Who would have thought they would have beat Alabama, or some of the men, Grand Canyon or James Madison? Like, that's what makes March Madness so amazing. Anybody can be beat on any given day.
Yeah, I agree, bro. It's one of those things. I'm sorry, I'm trying to peek over my shoulder. I think Angel Reed's got her fifth foul, so yeah, they just gave her a fifth foul.
Damn.
Yeah,
they up 3 though.
Yeah, I think that's on her. Yeah, because that's all she's on the back. She was on the back, so I don't understand why they complain about the call. She was on the back before she even got to the ball. Yeah, so that's a fifth foul. Yep. So yeah, I agree, man. Like, listen, in sports, you don't know what the inevitable can be. They look strong. They look like, you got to give Danny Hurley his props. Yep. He's put together another strong group of players, talent. He's coaching the heck out of them. And they do look right now like they're unbeatable. But they're going to have a game. They have a game where the shot's not falling and the game is going to be a little tight. What they're going to look like then? They have not played well with close games.
Mm-hmm.
That's been their issue. They've blown out teams. They'll blow them out. When they get to a close game, it's nip and tuck. We'll figure out what happens.
Yeah.
All right. That's what's going to be the next challenge for them. Can they win those close games, man? And for right now, they're at a good point. They can win. They got the talent. They got the players. But can they win those close games so they can win a championship? We will see. It's a new team, new crop of talent. We'll see.
Yeah, and it's just amazing. Like, you don't hear about the McDonald All-Americans that they get. They just get blue. That shout out to Bobby Hurley. Hurley too. Danny Hurley. He's coaching his butt off, dog. Like, for real. Like, a lot of the Dukes, the North Carolinas, and Kentuckys get those parade All-Americans. You don't hear too many of them going to UConn. But if I'm a kid, man, you gotta think about it, bro. Because they have a winning program. They don't think about them as like the blue bloods, like the Carolinas, the Kentuckys, the Dukes. But bro, they've been consistent over the past 30 years.
Yeah, they have. And they have been. They should be considered.
How many titles they got now? What, 5?
They got 5 championships. They should be considered a blue blood.
Yeah.
You win at the level of blue bloods. They win at the equivalent of a Duke. They've won at the equivalent of a UNC. Maybe not UCLA, but other organizations. They've won just as many games and just as many championships. They produce a lot of NBA talent. I'm not sure why they're not one of the blue blood teams.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't understand that part. They have put up just as many rings, maybe not as many as Kentucky, but if you look at the last 30 years, maybe because they don't have the same coach the entirety of that time frame, but that's not their fault.
Yeah.
Right? They've hired who they've hired, and they've won some of the big teams, and that's different.
And they got a home run high with Hurley. That's for sure.
He's his confidence of this team and just in general, man, is it's one of those things that you're gonna go in every game thinking you're gonna win.
Yeah, they better back the truck up.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
lock him up to like one of them 10-year.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
$20 million type deals, because you don't want him to go and have one of these big programs try to steal him away.
Yeah. So do you think they're gonna win it all?
I think so, bro. I think they're the favorite.
I think Purdue can give him a chance, give him a run.
Yeah, Duke looking good. Yeah, definitely Duke looking good.
Not Duke,
I just think
Purdue.
the size is going to be a problem.
Not Duke, Purdue.
Oh, Purdue. Purdue, I'm not sold on Purdue,
I think
man.
Purdue
Like,
can get even a run. They got the size, the height, and the shooting. They can play with them.
but they got size that can match up with Edie that can give Edie a problem too. Because so far, Edie hasn't really had to really play a lot of defense, honestly. Like he just been man amongst boys the last 3
Yeah.
games. Like he just been having his way. But now
Well,
with
the thing
UConn,
is,
he won't be the biggest on. He gonna be the biggest on the floor, but they got some guys that can throw some bodies at him.
but then nobody's putting him in a pick and roll situation, which I'm kind of confused about, right?
Yeah.
You haven't seen that this year. But at the end of the day, you do have a team that can, I mean, teams can put them in problems on him. He's just so big of a player, man. Like, I don't know who can really move him out. Maybe NC State, if they were there,
Yeah.
that would be it. But some of the other teams, I do think, though, UConn has a good shot of winning it. I'm not going to say they're going to win it all. I do think there's some teams can put some pressure on them.
What you think Bama gonna do?
I think they'll win tonight. But here's the problem. Clemson blew them out early in the season.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the teams. I'm looking at the matchups. Clemson blew them out earlier in the year. This is a different Alabama team, but if Alabama's not scoring, and this game's between 60 and 70, they're going to lose. It's got to be an 80-90 game. That was the difference between I knew they would beat North Carolina, or at least be in the game because of the pace. I like, man, that pace is going to give Alabama a chance to shoot the threes they need. If they slow the pace down, the game's over. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's definitely be a good one.
All right, man. So let's get into a little bit of women's.
Women's been
Let's
electric.
talk about it, man. Like, we can start off with Ice Cube, with Caitlin Clark, but let's talk about South Carolina versus the field first.
Yep.
Get to the tournament. Who you got in that sense? If it's a pick 'em, will you going with the field? Would you go with South Carolina?
I think you got to go with South Carolina, Brandon. I just think if they don't get in their own way, nobody can beat them.
Yeah.
Like it showed yesterday. Like I'm like, come on, Dawn. Like I get Fuwali was, struggling. He wasn't playing her a lot. She just seemed like she was just off. But like you said in our text, like she just sticks with lineups too long, and they just go through those lulls in games where you're like, damn, like why are they struggling to score? They know what their strength is inside out, right? As soon as they went to Big Camilla, they got a basket when they really needed it. And it seems like, too, when they struggle offensively, they struggle defensively. And that's their calling card. Like, they get after people defensively, and that creates a lot of their offense. But yesterday, they just struggled so bad in the second half. I'm like, come on, Dawn, what are you doing? And she's so stubborn, too, though, dog. And I think that could be her detriment. Like, she's just stubborn. We're going to go down how we play. It's just like last year in the Final Four, same way.
Yeah, and that's what I be talking about. I think that's some of the issues. Like, to me, that's some of the problems that I've seen in her coaching prowess is, can she really figure out, like, when's the best time to put certain players in the game and when to take them out? Like, this is a young team. I thought she stayed with Tessa Johnson way too long in the last game. Tessa looked hesitant. Versus, I think she had that one play where she went to the basket and she looked strong. But outside of that, when she was trying to dump the ball off in the post, it was pump, trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Get over. And I'm like, why are you giving them your dribble, number one? Number two, if that's the play, just play what you play, but don't put yourself in positions like that. I personally thought that she made that game tighter than what it needed to be.
Absolutely.
I think that when they had 5 threes in the first half. They had 8 in the game total. Right? They really started playing. They started playing like Indiana.
Yep.
And Indiana was jacking up threes, but that's what Indiana does. And so South Carolina starts saying, we got to match 3 to 3. And I'm like, no. Use what your advantage is. Cardozo was running. She was rolling.
Yeah, she killed him.
She was rolling the first half. And they just decided out of nowhere, like, we're not gonna go after them. We're not gonna shoot the 3 anymore. We're not gonna go to Cardozo. We're gonna keep shooting 3, and it backfired. This is where the issues are with their team. When they're on, they're unstoppable.
Yes.
But when they're like, playing around and thinking that nobody can stop us and all that type of stuff, man, they lose. They lose focus.
And then turning the ball over, just being sloppy.
Yeah,
I would have took Tessa out. I'd have went with Full and Wiley, right? Even though just give her confidence back. Like I said, they just be playing around, bro, and it could bite them, bro.
It could bite them. I'm watching the, and then I didn't understand 1% she ran with Williams. She gave Williams an ISO, and Williams went to the baseline and shot a wide and shot a she shot the ball. She went to baseline, threw a bad pass, and then Indiana came down and hit a three. And I'm like, well, why was you even going on the baseline the first time? That's not her game. The ISO on the post, spin away, she go baseline, like either lay it up or just kind of keep dribbling. But don't get in the air, mid-air, try to throw a pass. Those are the things I'm talking about with this team. They gotta be better, man. They got to be better. And the Elite Eight, they ain't gonna play no Oregon State, gonna give them nothing.
And Oregon State got a lot of size too.
Yeah, Oregon State ain't gonna give you nothing. They're gonna make you have to play your game. But if she plays, when they were up 22 points, man, I said the worst thing they could have did is got that early lead. They ain't come out in the third quarter and really start pushing the tempo. And they didn't. The team, Indiana got back at them. So it's just like you gotta.
And it's a lot of pressure, bro. Like you're undefeated.
But that undefeated, man, take it per one game at a time.
Yep.
Watch how you play against the. Because even LSU game when they played the SEC championship, man, they should have blew LSU out. Yeah. They were up 13 points one time with easy, and they kept coming out and turning the ball over, missing shots instead of going inside, dominating LSU like they could have been doing the entire game.
Yep.
They gave LSU an opportunity to come back in that game. You can't keep doing that.
Yeah, go with your calling card, bro. Size is your strength.
Yep.
Pound them inside until they start clogging the paint. Now you can kick out for the open three. She got a lot more shooters this year. Yeah, inside out is their game.
Yeah, inside out. That's when you start shooting the threes. If the threes they collapse on condos or double, triple team, then you kick it out. And then you start shooting on threes. Until then, you play inside.
And then Dawn has to get to them too. Like, we got to be better defensively. Like, offense gonna always come and go. That's any level of basketball.
Yep.
But defense, that's just effort.
Yep.
That's all defense is. It's effort, putting your body in front of the basketball. Don't let nobody beat you off the dribble. And that has to be their calling card when they're struggling offensively. And it's been the last 2 years. Even when they're in tight games this year, it's the same thing. Nothing changing. It's the same. When they struggle offensively, then their defense suffers.
Yep.
I
agree. So I'm with you. I'm gonna pick South Carolina. You know I'm going with Dawn Staley. She
on the dog, bro.
Yo, she put on for the black community. So
man, you gotta ride with her, dog. Like she one of us, bro. She cool. She's from the streets of Philly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She
earned her stripes though. She went to University of Virginia, never won a chip. Had to go. Went to Temple, didn't have the resources. Went to a university that gave her the resources to win, and she's won. I'm very interested in what's going to happen now that Kentucky hired their new coach, and he's a good ass coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach too.
Coming from Tech,
they definitely lost a good one.
Yeah, you said they didn't have the resources to compete, so he couldn't do it.
Well, all that comes from football, bro. When football wins, that feeds to all the other programs, bro. The money's there. But if you got a program, bro, where you can win, you got to figure out a way to invest it.
Yeah,
you got to invest in. If Virginia Tech rolling their sports, they got a great atmosphere down there in Blacksburg. But you have to figure out and find, just like South Carolina, they ain't got no huge budget, I'm sure. But they know
they do got a huge budget. She's one of the highest paid coaches in the land, so they got a budget.
But when you winning, you better figure it out. You better find the money. You better figure it out. Somebody else's junk is another man's treasure. Dawn will be gone in a minute with the highest bidder.
That's true.
She get the talent in, that's for sure. They're gonna be loaded next year.
That's true. Oh, they're gonna be really loaded next year.
They're really loaded next year.
So let's give me your thoughts on what's going on with Ice Cube with his $5 million offer.
Hey, bro, it's about selling, dog. Caitlin is a rock star right now.
Right.
And I get it. You got some WNBA players probably hating that, why are we not getting this offer?
And college players.
Yeah, they probably are. But, Caitlin coming out, bro, she's a rock star, dog. She sells tickets. And I get it. $5 million is a big deal. That's going to be probably more she might make in her whole WNBA career. Who knows?
Yeah.
And if I'm her and I'm her agents, man, listen, I'll figure it out. If I can play 8 games and it don't really affect my WNBA schedule, shit,
Right.
sign me up.
Well, here's the
5
thing.
million, baby. And I
think
want
the
it up
way
front.
I think the thing is the way the schedule states and the way the team states and the way they do things, you can't technically play during the WNBA season with another organization,
Okay.
right? Because I think that's how the contracts are based.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see what was the nature of this. I think a lot of it is probably just Kayla's the hot player. She's gonna put butts in the seats. But I also feel like he's smart enough to understand like that's Middle America.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the money is goes. Like I don't understand why people don't understand. Like a lot of the young ladies, especially young African American ladies who got something to say, don't realize. No, that's a selling point. That's Middle America. He don't have Middle America.
Yeah, it's
That's
about selling tickets.
Yeah, that's what NBA has. He don't have it. So he needs Middle America to sell. And it makes perfect sense though for him. He's like, I'm gonna go after Middle America. She's the biggest star today.
Yes.
In Middle America.
Yes.
So it's a no-brainer that you will go after the biggest star and offer the most money she's probably seen ever.
And it just, happens that she's coming out in the draft.
Right.
Right. So it makes it a little bit easier where, the whole college deal, being ineligible and all that. But it makes business sense.
Right.
Now, it's going to be interesting to see if let's say she does play, she get $5 million. Will he offer that to like a Juju? Right. When it's Juju time to come out. Angel Reese has star power. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I always critique her game, but she has star power. What's the other girl? The girl that played for Notre Dame. She has star power. So it's going to be interesting to see, is this a one-time thing with Q, or if he really trying to monopolize and get the viewers and the TV ratings that he want. And women right now are hot. Right? Why not have a woman coming in and ball out in your big three?
And here's the thing, that's a fan base. You may not even, that's a market you probably haven't even tapped into yet, being with the big three.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Being with that. And then like not only is the Middle America and the white America aspect of it, the women's aspect of it, and you take all that and put it together, man, that's huge.
Boy, listen, let her play. Man, we're gonna have a game in Iowa.
Yeah, what? No, she sold out a stadium, a football stadium.
Shit.
How big is that? Like she sold out a football stadium. There's nothing else to discuss. If you're not understanding the dollars and cents, put a big three game in Iowa, I'm kicking off the season in Iowa with her. Right? Like I'm like, yo, big three. We have a big three game in Iowa. I'm kicking off the season with her. Like we're having that thing right in Iowa. I'm not going nowhere else. I'm like, yo, we're gonna have that game in Iowa. Kick it off. Let's turn up. Iowa, everybody, Damone, Iowa, everybody come out. We going in. It ain't even a thought, a second thought for that.
Boy, that shit would be huge.
It would be huge. It would be out of this world, man.
Or the media, CBS going, because they do their games, but the media coverage, bro, astronomical.
I feel like that's what people don't understand, and it's economics.
Oh, it's dollars and cents, bro.
And you're trying to go against a conglomerate in the NBA who you've already been on record saying does not support you and does not respect what you guys are doing or look at you as their competitor. Yeah. You need to do something to ruffle the feathers a little bit and bring in a conglomerate name, and that's huge. She will be huge for them.
And they may open up doors for other big star women that might want to play in the big three.
Absolutely.
Maybe Maya Moore might want to come back and do something. She was a dog.
Yeah, right? I don't know, man. She done had a few kids. She like she done, bro. But there are other players.
With the married life.
Yeah. She got old boy out of the prison system.
Yeah.
She good. Maybe they out there creating their own team. I don't know. But
yeah, this is huge. And I hate that, the WN players, that's speaking out negatively against it. Maybe because it's she's white. Caitlin Clark is white. I don't know. But
I will say this: the one young lady, I listened to a few of her comments. Mm-hmm. I listened to the entire interview, It was with Gilbert Arenas and his podcast. And I do understand what she said. I think what she stated was it needed more context.
Mm-hmm.
You were listening to it. She made a lot of good points. She was like, yeah, like the fact that the way is what he stated in those statements, right? He was kind of dismissive about, going overseas, playing overseas, playing those women leagues overseas. So overseas do a lot of positive things for the ladies sports. It's for ladies basketball. They give them a platform and they give them an opportunity to play as professionals.
Yep.
So I think it's bigger than that. I think the things he just stated probably rubbed him the wrong way. But yeah, I feel like that's probably one of the main issues that they're having is the things he just stated rubbed them the wrong way.
Yeah, I get it.
But I do feel like if you get a chance to get Caitlin Clark, that's what you do. But
I wonder
I do respect.
Is it $5 million for 1 year, couple
Yes.
year deal? Like I wonder what the constructs of paying $5 million for 8 games.
I don't care. You're gonna get it back.
Oh,
Television,
hell yeah.
marketing, ticket sales, jerseys. It's Caitlin Clark.
Thanks.
I've been telling y'all about her.
Yeah, she rocks though.
I told y'all about it last year. I told you when she was going to tournament. I said, man, you seen that girl Caitlin Clark? She cold.
She rocks though, dog.
Like, I don't know why everybody hating on. She cold.
She is that chick. No
all right, man.
All right.
Somebody, let's talk about some cold. Somebody who's real cold. She's ice cold at times. Kim Murkey. Let's talk about the Washington Kim Murkey in discussion on. Let's talk about her against the Washington Post. I've had an opportunity to look over it, not briefly, but not in depth.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to get too much in the weeds of this, but just off what I read briefly and what's been discussed, it doesn't really feel like this is I don't know why she was so defensive. If she knew about the article per se, right? Maybe they scale some things down so that it doesn't become an issue. Maybe they're gonna hold back until they get more clarity on some things, and maybe publishing more information. But just your thoughts, man. Like I'm getting you a brief on mine, but get your thoughts on what did you think when you first heard about what she stated in that little 4-minute rant about suing the Washington Post, and then now that the article's out.
Man, that shit was overblown by Kim Mulkey, bro. Like when she went on her rant before the first round of the March Madness tournament, I'm thinking like, damn, like what could the Washington Post have on her? Is it like a big scandal, cheating? Like, I'm thinking something like that, right? So, but when the Post dropped, I read it, and I'm like, this is something we already know, right? We followed women's basketball for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
She's an elite coach.
Mm-hmm.
She's been at Baylor a very long time. She's a winner.
Mm-hmm.
You're a winner like that, you're gonna be an ass. You're gonna be a hard ass coach, non-negotiable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm reading, I'm like, what is she really up in arms about? Like, it's the truth. Everybody knows everything that in that article is not like it's brand new news, right?
Mm-hmm.
Situation with Brittany Griner, her her sexuality. Being at Baylor, a Catholic school, nobody wants that to come out.
Are they Catholic or Baptist?
They're religious.
I think it's Baylor.
So they're a religious school.
I think it's Southern Baptist because I think SMU is Southern Methodist.
Yeah,
University.
so like in that Southern Belt.
And
those schools, they're a religious school.
But TCU is Texan Christian. The Southern Methodist SMU. Baylor, I think, is a strong Baptist university. I think that's what it is.
Absolutely. So you're a very religious school.
Uh-huh.
And when Griner played, the sexuality coming out, it wasn't, to the forefront like it is now. Right?
Yeah.
Like when you say you're gay or whatever your sexuality is, nobody thinks twice of it.
Right.
Nobody. But from a coaching standpoint, let's just keep that on the low. Like I don't care what you do in your personal life, but we're not gonna bring it public because one, like you said, the university just bring too much bad press. But she's a hard-nosed coach.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, how much bad press could Baylor have in that Art Browse didn't already present when he was there at the university when you had a lot of the sexual assault cases and other cases that happened within that organization that was just not, positive and conducive to the university. So, but I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, like she's a hard nose. Like in order to win at an elite level and you want to win national championships, you better be hard on your players.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you gotta, relate to some players. You gotta know when to be hard, when not to be hard, when to coddle some, right? And Kim Mulkey knows that, right? And in the article, they talked about the Angel Reese, the social media. There's a lot of coaches not really a fan of this whole social media driven age, right? And Kim Mulkey is an old school coach. Now, if she was a new coach, like, very young, like Dawn first say, you can see, you into social media. That's how these kids make money now. And for her to, to bring it up, if it's a distraction and it's causing my team to lose or my star player not to be focused, hell yeah, I'm gonna address it. Hell yeah. And then they talked about the GPA with Angel Reese. That's an issue because if you don't have the grades, you don't play. I don't care how much money you making on NIL. I need you to be here. You're one of my leaders. You're one of my captains. Make the main thing the main thing. You don't make NIL money without being on this court.
Yeah. And,
and
it really just said, what do you value?
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Do you value her graduating, getting a degree? Because she's gonna need a degree regardless if she's a professional athlete or not.
Yeah.
Because that's what because all women's sports, they have to go 4 years.
Yep.
So what do you value? Do you value her getting her degree? Maybe be a first or second generational graduate of a university, or do you value just her playing basketball?
Yep.
Hey, what do you value? When I listened to her make the comment about, pushing Angel Reese, push somebody her size, I already know what she values.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the problem with her. You know what I mean? Like I'm all about winning. Believe me. One thing that people can tell you, like I definitely realize what winning, the cost of winning, what winning dictates. And I'm all about winning. I'm a firm man, let's win sometimes at all costs. And it ain't always gonna be fair. That's the fair is only played at one place in life, and that is at some damn peer contest. That's the only fair I know about. That's the only fair I've ever been to in my lifetime is the ones that you have at the county. And then I ain't never been to another fair in my life. So there's no such thing in my books. And when you're trying to become what you want to become, you're going to have to do the things you need to do, where you have to overwork or you have to make some shortcuts. But you're going to have to figure it out. Now, I think what we were just stating and what we've been saying before is the reason why they're having issues with her is because a lot of times she just be making these statements that you just be like, man, like, does she really value her players?
Yeah.
Or does she value when she's winning?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because when you're not winning, then what are you going to do?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, are you trying to create value for them so they can when they're no longer playing, they're able to just still be fully producing and functional? Now, I don't know of any Baylor player I've ever heard of outside of the basketball rims that has a career outside of basketball.
Right. Right.
I've never heard of one. Like, I don't know any Baylor women's players that I know. Tennessee has them. I think South Carolina has them.
Yeah.
I think Uconn has them. I don't know of any basketball players that went to Baylor that I've heard that has a career outside of it. I could be absolutely wrong. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's what people are having a problem with, tough time with her. And I think that's something that always Nick Saban pointed out. It's like, we need to create value for our players when they're no longer playing.
Yeah.
What are you gonna look like? Yeah, what are you gonna do when you're no longer on that field or that court or somewhere like that? That's where the value needs to still keep happening. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think the issue they have with her was logical. She just, I mean, being an a-hole is being an a-hole, but being an a-hole when you're trying to create and help means more.
Hey, but look, I'm sure Gino hard on his players. Pat Summit, like your great Dawn is probably really hard on her players.
So did you not see the clip when the girl was putting up some little, I'm not sure, whatever sign she was doing, and then Dawn came smacked her hand with the paper?
Yep, and the SEC championship game, right?
No, that was before that. Yeah. It was another. I think they were in Paris, and they had won that tournament, and the girl was about to do something. She slapped her hand down. She slapped her hands down like she gave her that look like, you better cut that out. Like, like she's trying to show her, you want to be a professional. This is not what you're doing. You don't be doing that. Yep. It's another level of your game you got to always understand. And it's bigger than that, especially when you're trying to create something for yourself.
Yeah, and like I said, when I read the article, I'm like, what is she upset about?
Yeah, it was definitely overblown.
Like it's something we already know.
Yeah, it was definitely overblown.
And it wasn't nothing in the article. You be like, damn, Kim, like you tripping.
Yeah.
Like it's just when you're trying to win championships and you have set the standard for championships or bust every year, you're gonna be extra hard on your players. Your star players, you're gonna be even harder on because when you order on your star players, it's gonna roll downhill to the lesser players, and nobody gonna have an issue. And like I said, she tripping, though. She tripping.
Yeah, she went overboard. It was too much.
Even with the when they had the little scuffle, a little pushing incident in SEC championship game, I'm like, come on, Kim. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, push on somebody her size. Like, come on, dog. Like you're doing too much, Kim. Like you're doing the most.
And the thing is, it really made it really made Angel Reese look bad.
Yeah.
Right? Because Angel Reese looked at it like, do you think Angel Reese is a goon?
Right. She ain't. She ain't about that. She may be from
Like,
Baltimore, but she
yeah.
ain't about that, dog.
Bro, and here's the thing. What part of Baltimore is she from, bro?
I don't know, bro. She may be from White Plains, dog.
Like, I keep saying she from, like, what Baltimore are we talking about? We talking about Baltimore County? Or
Right.
we talking about Baltimore? Like, let's not always make it seem like everybody from the city.
Right.
Because not everybody from the city. I know she went to a private school. So, like, I mean, I think she went to St. Francis, if I'm not mistaken, which is a private school.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know it's in the city, but it's a private school. So let's not act like she's like that's her character.
Mm-hmm.
Her character may not be that. And it's
Yeah,
okay that her character's not like that.
I think she plays tough on court. Like you gotta have the image. But when it come down, you saw what she was.
That's why I said when we were texting each other, I said, she on the sideline, bro. Yeah, like what she over here going to sit down. You act like she's supposed to be really trying to fight.
Right. She ain't about that, dog. And we got our cousin just showed up.
Yeah. So
he had to watch LSU, Key was sweating. You was nervous. That nigga was nervous. He know he was.
Well, tell him to get his stuff together. We moving on.
Yeah, he was nervous.
So let's talk.
But, it's all good though.
Let's talk about NFL, man. Let's talk about Russell Wilson. He'll sign with the Steelers, man. And the Steelers traded for Justin Fields, and then got those both guys in the camp together. They're gonna both be in the camp, going in, training, working out. Who would you want between those two right now, going into next season? Looking at the division, who would you want as your day one starter?
Shit, Justin Fields, bro. Russell done showed you what he about, dog. I mean, granted, he had a good year, 26-8, very solid for Denver, but it's not about the 1 year. You brought Russ in there and you traded for Justin Fields to be a mentor. Go with Russell, go with Justin Fields, bro. And if you can win 9 games with Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph, just think what you can do with a dynamic Justin Fields. So you wasting your time with Russ, honestly. I think you can get the same amount of wins with Justin as you did with Russ. So I wouldn't even waste my time with Russell Wilson, bro. He'd just be a great backup, mentor, and if something happened to Justin, he gets hurt, you got a capable backup. But I'll go day one. I'm going with Justin.
I can't agree with that because I think right now you want to have Russell Wilson to let Justin learn. He just came from a different offensive system. Both of them came from a different offensive system, of course. But one guy's a 13, 14, almost 15-year vet pro. The other guy's a 3-year player. That confidence probably is a little shook right now because he just came from a place in Chicago where they draft him to be hired, basically, to be the franchise quarterback. And now he's been moved on for a 6th-round draft pick and to a new organization, new players. And that's going to be a big change for him, man. I think this point right here, they got a good I think Arthur Smith's a pretty good OC. I think you go with he's good with veteran quarterbacks. He's revived veteran quarterbacks' careers.
Who's the OC?
Arthur Smith.
Yeah.
He's a good OC. He's a better OC than head coach. He's a better OC than head coach.
Yeah, some people are.
And he's revived a lot of he's revived veteran quarterbacks' careers. I think it'll be good for Justin to sit. And I think it's been good for Justin to sit for a year anyway. Why not? Sit for this year. Sit for this year, learn the game, let Russ cook. Learn the game.
He's not even cooking. He just meal prepping now.
Yeah, but whatever he's doing, let him learn the game. Figure out what you want to do as far as what direction you want to take, and then start building your weapons around with quarterback. Because both quarterbacks are their talents are very similar. So now you can really draft, you can really plan. Kenny Pickett wasn't it. And so you can pull up that talent out there and really get these guys to understand. And listen, man, like it's nothing having a year to sit down for. It helped a lot of quarterbacks. It happened Jordan Love. Look what Jordan Love look like right now versus what Jordan Love looked like last year or 2 years ago when he played a little bit, right? It's nothing like having a quarterback sit still for a minute, man. Why not? Get this kid, let him sit still, let him learn from a 15-year pro, and then out of nowhere, not out of nowhere, but they know the transition is going to happen. You didn't give up that pick for him for nothing.
They got that boy for a 6-pack of beer.
But now if he's your franchise quarterback for sure, bro, you're lock and loaded for a division who already have young quarterbacks. The youngest is Lamar.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, he's the youngest out of all of them. Joe Burrow's older than Lamar.
Yeah, I knew that.
Deshaun Watson's older than Lamar. Lamar's the youngest quarterback of all of them. Now, if you let Justin sit for a year, by next year, he's the youngest quarterback, and he's starting.
They got some young, dynamic quarterbacks in that damn division, boy. Lord have mercy. For years to come.
If it works out, if you groom him the right way, he's a quarterback for your next 10 years, and you're really starting to have something in Pittsburgh, and you can compete instead of getting in the first round of playoffs and getting eliminated.
Yeah, they're gonna be all right.
So I have no problem with it. Key, man, what's your thoughts, man?
Welcome to our resident cousin.
Yeah, who should be a day one starter?
Now I would go with Russ, and he only for a year. See what he can do. He didn't have a bad year last year in Denver, so Pittsburgh made the playoff last year. So Russ is an upgrade from what they had last year. So I'll go with Russ and then see if he do it. If not, then you can make the switch. But I think Mike Tomlin has already came out and said Russ is his starter. So they already made that decision.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. But then, like I said, if you groom this kid the right way, and this kid gets his confidence back, imagine what you're gonna have the next 10 years. If he is what we think he is. Mm-hmm. Now, if he's not the guy, you'll find that out too. And like
you showed he got the talent.
And like you said, he only gave up a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So, we'll see, man. We'll see. And any thoughts on the other trades and signings that you've seen throughout the NFL? Go around the horn.
I think the whole running back movement was probably the highlight of free agency. Saquon going to Philly. I think that's an upgrade. I like Eckler going to the Commanders. Pair him with Brian Robinson. Who else? Swift moving on. I like Aaron Jones going with. I think he went to the Raiders, right? And then Jacobs moving on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the running backs was the highlight of.
I think Aaron Jones went to the Vikings.
Vikings, yeah. So I think it's been a highlight. The Cousins thing was for y'all. Cousins might not win in the playoffs consistently, but dude, he puts up numbers, dog. So if I'm Pitts, I'm London, I'm Bijan Robinson, I'm loving that.
Listen, as long as he can throw the ball,
he ain't no runner.
That's all we care about, man. Like,
he ain't no runner. It ain't like it's Achilles.
You go through,
I think Achilles and ACLs now, that shit like a sprain.
It's not about that, man.
These dudes bouncing back.
No, when you've had two quarterbacks that can't throw,
Thanks.
and you go through two quarterbacks that can't throw, and then you finally get a quarterback can throw, man. It's just all you want. That's all we want. We want a competent quarterback. Just get the ball out on time.
Do that.
Get the ball out on time. Key, man, what's your thoughts? you guys, I'm gonna ask you. You didn't think about when you decided for the Saints, the D tackle, the guy who's playing for Commanders. What's his name? Trey.
Chase Young. Yeah,
Trace
bro, you
Young.
gotta
Yeah.
see what he can do, bro. He ain't having.
Y'all didn't like that trade? Y'all didn't like that signing? Excuse me.
We gotta see what happens. I ain't about to go on there like that.
That's 13 million
That's a-
guaranteed though. That's a lot of money for
Potential, bro.
Yeah.
If he light it up, cool. If he don't, he just another. He showed us what he is.
Have y'all got rid of Mike Thomas yet?
Yeah, he cut.
He gonna be cut.
No, they
They
already
ain't cut.
did.
They ain't cut him yet.
They did.
I think it's like a June 1 cut, so I think
Yeah,
that's the captain.
coming,
He
but it
ain't
hasn't
gonna
happened
be
yet.
there.
Why they just go ahead and cut him now?
I think because of money. We know they did that restructure his contract. You know, NFL funny, dog. Like these whole post June 1 cuts and saving money. I think that's the only reason why. Gotta be. Because you know he's not there. Like when you tear down the organization on Twitter, like, come on, dog. You know you ain't gonna be there.
What y'all thought about Jameis? I mean, Jameis is going now. Like, how's that? No, nothing.
Addition by subtraction, dog. Listen, now he probably a great leader, dog. Like in the locker room, I'm sure players love him. But production on the field, bro, he's just not doing it. Dog.
Jameis needs to go ahead and take himself to the pool pit.
He can be a pastor.
Of Mount Zion Baptist Church somewhere. like that's his destiny. Like that's his number one destiny right there. I think he is a great motivator. I think he's a great speaker. And you would think that by some of the wild things that come out of his mouth. But I think he's destined for that pulpit. And he need to go ahead and start thinking about what type of ministry he wants to focus on, because this whole football thing maybe ending real soon. Real soon. So you guys didn't think anything else
Other than what Baltimore did with Henry. That can be scary.
that could be scary if the line's good.
Yeah. So with the run option with Derrick Henry, your running back, and Lamar, that can be a problem. But yeah, man, ain't no big really one splash. I'm looking at it like that changed life for people.
Now, I will say what Chicago is doing, I like it. They're giving Caleb same thing they should have gave Justin. They're giving Caleb some options now. You got Swift as a main running back. You traded for Keenan Allen, a very steady receiver, veteran coming off one of his best seasons. He stayed healthy.
It's a good place to go.
Caleb, he gonna be loaded, dog.
Let me ask you a question. I didn't get to put this in the notes or in the topics, but we could bridge right a little bit to the draft a little bit. Give me your thoughts on, and Ray, you start us off here. Give me your thoughts on the fact that Neighbors conducted his pro day and Marvin Harrison Jr. didn't. Do you think this could be a indictment on Marvin Harrison Jr. and making Neighbors the number one receiver come out the board in April? Give your thoughts.
I don't think so.
That can happen?
I think, when you look at the measurables, production, both of them is elite. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. But I think with Marvin Harrison, he's probably thinking like, bro, what more can I do from a production standpoint? Yeah, you can easily run fast. You can catch all the passes in pro days. You're in shorts and t-shirts. That doesn't show the type of receiver you are. And he looking at like, I put tape out there for 3 years. So me having a pro day, just running the same 40, catching passes from my quarterback, that's not going to prove anything. It's not going to increase his drag stock. And, cats do it. It's a standard, right? Like it's the first I've seen an elite, player not do a pro day. But at the end of the day, he's still going to go top 7, more than likely. But yeah, I don't think it affects either one's drag stock, whether Neighbors had his pro day or Marvin Harrison didn't. I don't have a one way or another. I'm not mad at Marvin for not doing
it. I think it definitely put Neighbors in the conversation now what he did at pro day. And the tape he put on last year. So you got even the media saying now he might be the number one receiver come off the board. So He he rolling the dice by not doing it. I would say that. So because like you said, like Ray said, both of them are great wide receivers. So, and then you can see this. You're not doing it. Some GMs can be like, everybody else doing it. What make him think he's not? And then because you can take two things for this. You can look at Naples as this dude's a workaholic. He put the work in. He built for this. Like it's like a gym rat. Like he's continuing to work on his craft. So people can look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see who go off number one. So
well, let me ask
that's
this
me talks right now that people are looking at Neighbors as the first receiver off the board.
Well, there's conversation. I mean, but there's three receivers they look at top first day receivers that can be picked. Him, the kid from Washington, and of course Harrison Jr. I think the difference between the three is Harrison Jr. is probably the one receiver that you can look at, you can build an offense around. I think Neighbors is somebody who can come in day one and be elite, but you're gonna plug him in and he's gonna be elite. I think if you're thinking of Harrison Jr., he is the type of quality receiver that I've seen. The Calvin Johnsons, the Julios, even the AJ Greens, the receivers are late. What's the kid from the Bengals? The guys who came in and you could probably build an offense around. Even Jefferson, right?
I think Neighbors one of them guys. I think he right there with Chase and Jefferson, and you can.
I'm
gonna start.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not saying I disagree. I'm gonna say that I think Neighbors has had the better. If I look at all three receivers outside of Pennant, the other kid from Washington had Pennant. I think Harrison Jr. outside of his second season when he had with CJ, I don't think there's a comparison because he had CJ. He put up the same stats that he had the redshirt freshman. He had CJ. He put up those stats, and I think and they had another receiver. I can't think of his name right now. And they both were 1A, one receiver. In fact, I think he went in the draft. I think he got drafted.
I'm not for Seattle, right?
Yeah, the kid from Seattle. Right. So he got drafted in the first round last year. And Marvin Harris was still the lead receiver on that team. He had CJ, and then he got a redshirt freshman last year. He still was a lead receiver, and he didn't have the quarterback. So that tells me from a production standpoint that there's a big difference. Now, Neighbors, I don't recall Neighbors' junior year like it was the senior year. I don't recall Neighbors look like how he looked last year, the year before, than he looked this past year. I think maybe that's because
I ain't heard that boy name. Honestly,
he had about it. Neighbors
had the same quarterback.
Okay,
He had the same quarterback year before. He had the same quarterback.
But Daniels got better. Daniels got better.
But that's what I'm saying. Daniels play got
CJ
better.
Stroud was the number. We see now was the best quarterback in college.
But I
was giving you that. It matters.
You're just proving my point. You're just proving my point.
But no, I ain't saying that. But I'm saying I think Neighbors will be a dog day one.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not worried about that part. I'm talking about the comparison between. I'm talking about the comparison between the three. And when I say Neighbors junior year, I don't recall him having the stats because he had the same quarterback.
But that quarterback wasn't the same.
Okay, hold on. You're proving my point.
No, I agree with you.
CJ was elite.
Matters. I agree. I'm not arguing that point.
But quarterback matters. But you saying
what I'm arguing with you. You're saying you don't think you can build an offense around him. Where he gonna come in?
I think he's a plug and play. No, I don't.
I don't think he's a plug and play.
I don't think he's the type of player. No, I don't. I don't think he's the.
All right, that's what we disagree.
He's the type of talent that Marvin Harrison Jr. is. I think
that's what we disagree.
We're gonna disagree. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. You can build an offense around. I think you can. I watched Marvin Harrison Jr. remind me when Julio came to the Falcons. That's what I saw. I saw a dude big, strong, and athletic. That you put
he ain't that much bigger than Neighbors. Height-wise,
I didn't think Neighbors was that big.
Height-wise, he's taller, but
that means he's taller. That means he's bigger.
Height-wise, he's not bigger than Neighbors.
No, I think Marvin Harrison Jr. was 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, but I'm saying skinny because he's skinny though. But I'm saying girt-wise.
He ain't. But they're about the same weight and size.
No, about the same weight. They're not height.
But when you height and you weight the same thing, somebody's shorter than you. The shorter dude is more girded than you. You're gonna weigh more because
that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, it is necessary.
No, that's not necessarily true.
I'm saying
that's not true. That's not always true.
so. If I'm 6 feet and you 6'3" and I weigh just as more than you, I weigh more than you. I'm bigger than you.
Neighbor's probably more girthier than I thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
talking
not
about.
necessarily
He's
true.
more thicker.
Just because
He's more
compact,
thicker.
he's more compact.
Yeah, that's
mean
what I'm
that-
saying.
But that is, but dog, when you 6'4", you have natural weight, which means you don't have to get that big.
I understand,
You're
but I
a stronger
understand that,
man.
but
You don't have to
saying-
get that big.
But you 3 inches taller than me, but this dude jumping a 41-inch vertical.
But that doesn't mean what that got to do with the game, bro.
No, that means he going up getting it.
I
Well,
think both of them gonna be.
So are you saying Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I'm gonna put it on record. He's gonna be the best rookie receiver in the league.
That doesn't
I mean,
mean
situations matter.
On
That doesn't
record.
mean that means where you go. That's all
Yeah,
that matters.
situations
That
matter,
doesn't mean
bro.
anything. That means where you go.
Situation matter. Because if you're thinking what Arizona need a receiver, let's say neighbors go to.
But if you're a plug and play, like he's saying, he'll plug and play.
So I think both gonna be one. I think they're gonna go back to back. Let's say Arizona pick Marvin Harrison. Let's say the Chargers pick Neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Neighbors probably gonna have more production because he got more of an elite quarterback and he's the only one there.
But if
So
you,
if the
but if
system's
you,
gonna
but
matter.
my thing, if you a plug and play, you ain't good enough to build one. That's the terminology you use.
That's not what it is.
I don't think
No,
I think he a day one starter.
that's not what that means.
Oh yeah,
That
it
doesn't
does
mean
what it
at all.
means.
At
You
all.
gonna
When
say
you
you can
plug
build
in-
your offense around?
when you
Mark
plug and
Harris,
play-
but
When
you
you
can't
plug and
build-
play,
So you saying to me, Neighbors is not a true one?
no, what I said what I'm saying is Neighbors is a type player you can put him in the game right now. He's gonna be a one. He can dominate. But I also just said that Marvin Harrison Jr. is a player you can build the offense around. It's a big difference. It's a difference between looking at somebody as a primary and then looking at somebody who you can put in and say, man, that mother's gonna ball. I watched what's the man from Bama? I can't think. Calvin Ridley, when we put him in the Falcons, he was balling, but he was a plug and play receiver.
But
He
I don't
wasn't
think
somebody
that's
who built an
Neighbors.
offense
That's why I'm
around.
different at. I don't think that's Neighbors.
That's not what I'm
Neighbors is
saying.
better
I'm
than
not.
Calvin Ridley.
Listen, stop talking. Listen, man. I'm not saying that he is. I'm saying I'm giving you an example of a player that I saw. You plugged him in. He had 10 touchdowns. He had over 1,000 yards. And we were like, okay, he could play. But that does not mean that you build your offense around him. But Neighbors can be superior to that. He could be, but I think he's a capable player. Maybe put him out there. He's going to play. He's going to get his numbers. He's going to ball out. But do you build your offense? Calvin Johnson, you built your offense around Calvin Johnson. That's what he was. He was that elite. Julio, you built your offense around him. AJ Green, you built your offense. It don't matter. No, AJ Green played with the pistol. What's the old boy pistol rifle? What the old boy name is? Dog, redhead pistol.
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. Dog, that's
I think the same thing about Neighbors. I think he'll chase 2.0.
We're gonna see.
I think
We'll
he'll chase
see.
2.0.
But Chase also playing with the number one quarterback out of the
He
draft.
was.
That's different.
And old boy was playing. I'm not arguing about quarterback matters. I'm not arguing
And I
about
think
that.
Kyler gonna be straight. I think he's gonna be either Arizona or the Chargers.
I'm not arguing about
Because
that.
I think the first 3 picks gonna be quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I think between Kyler and Herbert, both gonna land in great situations.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a quick question to follow up on this, though. What did you think about guys going to the combine, not going through any drills in any situations like Caleb did, and then not doing pro days? Do you think it's going to continue?
I don't think so
okay.
because right now everybody raving about JD thing. You got people on ESPN saying shit. They'll draft him number 1. Chicago might not do it, but you got analysts saying he's the best quarterback in the coming out the draft. They comparing him to the CJ.
Let's expand on that. Hold on. Let's expand on that. Do you think he's better than Caleb Williams?
I do. I think he's gonna be the CJ Strauss to Bryce Young. I really do. I think
first of all,
question.
Go ahead. Listen,
How that work? You gonna ask me my opinion and tell me no? This is my opinion.
Because I said no to your opinion.
I
said no to your opinion. Exactly what I said.
All right, my opinion. You say, do you think, Keon? Do you think? Right?
It's your floor,
question, right?
It's your floor. Go ahead.
I think he's the best quarterback coming out of college. I do.
Okay.
Just like when they was talking about Herbert and Tua, I said Joe Burrow is the best quarterback coming out. JD is the best quarterback coming out of college.
Okay.
I think it's gonna vary. If you know you're gonna be a top 5 pick,
It ain't that question. There ain't no vary.
I'm
Who
just
you
saying.
think?
So he's saying, is it going to continue?
No, he said who the best.
No, he ain't asked.
Well, he asked me that. He ain't
Yeah,
asked
I
he's
know that.
just saying.
Okay.
I think production on the field matters. These pro days is just a glorified just throwing the football around. You don't have defenders coming at you. And I know if you're a top 5 pick, what am I doing a pro day for? What am I going at the combine for to do those type of drills when I'm doing it and showing it at an elite level against high level competition?
All right, when you got somebody that's right there,
Don't matter. The money scale is gonna be the same. Whether
One or two,
you whether you one you're
Okay.
a 1 pick or you're a 2
I
pick
get
is
you.
about $1 million,
I get you.
right?
Yes.
The money is gonna be the money. What GMs and NFL from a quarterback standpoint, can you get on that board and dissect film? Can you be that elite leader? That's what I want. I don't care about no pro day. You throwing 60 passes, bro. No, that shit is a glorified just a show. But show me on the field from a 3-year standpoint, putting the tape out there and balling, and can you get on that board at the combine and dissect and break down film? That's what I want from all my players. So I can see it. If you're gonna be a top pick, yeah, I wouldn't even do all that.
But for me, I would do it. If I know I'm like that, bro, I'm like that. Pro day, whatever. What
You can get hurt.
But
You can blow an Achilles,
for
a
throwing
knee.
a couple passes?
No, I'm talking about from a skill position. Anything
No,
can
we
happen.
talking about quarterback though.
What am I throw for?
I'm just saying, if I'm like that,
For
bro,
what am I
Because
proving? What am I proving by throwing 60 passes to the same receivers I did in a game against nobody?
Because it's like when they say sometimes you got to play the game. If this what you want to play the game, it ain't because I don't want to do it. I'm gonna play the game. I know this the game. It's like you working. Sometimes I used to be young, like man, I ain't brown nose. I ain't got to play the game sometime to get ahead.
So you think if Caleb wouldn't have done nothing, you think the Bears wouldn't take him number 1?
What you mean?
So if he didn't do a pro day,
No.
I'm saying so.
Okay.
So if he didn't do a pro day,
Okay.
he didn't throw at the combine. He just interviewed.
Mhm.
Do you think that will sway the Bears not going number 1 with him or going Daniel?
I think right now the Bears are back and forth thinking. I don't think they.
I don't think they're thinking it.
I think they are.
I don't even think they got they got the Caleb jerseys ready.
I think they are thinking.
That boy,
they might not move.
They're not thinking.
Okay.
I don't think they're thinking. I think it's locked. Caleb is it.
Here's the thing that what we continue to keep doing, and you said this before, I'm gonna put it out there. I hate when you put the comparison CJ Stroud and Bryce, because it's not the same, because the Panthers don't have draft picks, don't even have a first-round draft pick this season.
They got nothing.
Can't build. They're gonna have to build late in the draft, and they're gonna have to build through free agency. And that's the only moves they can make. And they gave him a lot for that first-round draft pick, and they didn't give him a lot on the field. So it's kind of tough to make that comparison. Jay Daniels really is about where he lands. If he lands in New England,
he ain't going past 2. Who
got the number 2 pick?
Washington. He's gonna be here, Washington.
And
I think Drake.
Pieces.
I think Drake may go to Washington.
Man, you
think so?
Man, you
I think Drake may.
Washington need to be. They
think
GM need to be fired.
I hate to tell you this.
They just hired that boy.
I hate to tell you
He'll
this.
be fired. Ain't no way Drake may going over Jason Daniels.
I think he's going. I think he's going over. Man. I'm
That'd
sorry.
be a mistake.
Boys,
I think he's going, bro.
No,
It might be.
he's not. They
When you look at them,
he's gonna be Jay Daniels to Chicago, or he gonna be in Washington.
no, he's not.
And you know when you ain't playing the Saints,
Like, first of all, you need to get out this. You need to get out your brain.
I
That
gotta
Jay
chip on
Daniels,
y'all a little bit.
you need to get out your brain that he's thinking that he's even going in the first pick.
Oh, he
It's
going
not-
first or 2.
He going top 3.
He going
He's
first.
not.
Or 2. I ain't 3.
didn't say that. I just
Ain't
said
3.
what I just said what I said. He's not going the first pick.
Okay,
He's not-
I
I
didn't
think
say
Caleb
that.
knows.
He might
So
not.
the-
I say he's going 1 or 2.
I think he's going to England, man.
But
If I'm him, don't draft me. I'm pulling the Eli.
They ain't got to worry about it.
I'm saying if it
ain't gotta worry
the way
about
these drafts be working,
I don't think he's going to Chicago. I don't think he's going to Washington.
the way these drafts be working, I wouldn't put nothing surprising past nobody.
Boy, people in DC,
Gonna be hot.
People in DC gonna be ridiculous hot.
I agree.
The fan base gonna be on one. They choose May over Daniels.
I think he's going May, man.
They
I
gonna
think
be
they look at
on
his
one.
size. I think they look at his ability. I think they're going with May.
Nah,
We're gonna see.
I think so. We'll find out. We'll find out next month. But I think May.
I see them in the comments now on LSU draft day. The next great Washington quarterback.
Hey, last time I checked, they ain't the one who draft people.
Yeah, but
last time I checked, they ain't going to draft.
That'd be a mistake if they draft. I'm not sold on Drake May.
Boy, you go with a North Carolina quarterback again. Stop it, bro.
Look, I didn't know Sam Howard traded to Seattle.
Stop it. Our North Carolina quarterback. You ain't saying what you seen in the SEC.
I'm just telling you
that you ain't seen pro players every Saturday. Jason Daniels.
But he don't. You also got to realize Drake May don't get to play the players.
But that's my point. That's why I'm going with JD. That's why.
Would that be different? Because if I ain't played
with
the
the
same talent you played, if I ain't played the same talent you played, then how is that different?
Huh?
That's like when that's the whole thing. You just use the example with Tua and Herbert. Herbert ain't played with the players Tua had.
But you saw Herbert was better than Tua.
No, we didn't, because that's why they got drafted. We didn't.
But Jay Daniel was the best quarterback in college football.
Nobody thought Herbert was better than Tua for the draft.
I did.
You
I wasn't sold on Herbert.
You thought he was better than Joe Burrow. I didn't. You.
I know.
Don't say you didn't.
I wasn't sold on Herbert.
You thought he was better than Joe Burrow.
Who?
Tua.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you thought that. Other people ain't think that. I never thought he was better than
But you think Herbert was better than Tua?
Yes.
No, you didn't. You're lying, dog. You're lying, dog. You're lying. We all know you're lying. We know you're lying.
Who you thought was better, right?
Which one, Herbert
or Tua?
I thought Tua was better than Herbert. I wasn't sold on Herbert.
I wasn't.
You're the only person.
Y'all kept saying Tua should be the #1 pick. What I kept saying.
He balled, dog.
But what I kept saying.
Motherfucker balled, dog. Ain't no denying.
No, what I say.
He balled. He put a production in college.
But what I say, who should be the #1 pick?
I mean, I get it.
No, ain't no getting.
But Tua balled in college, dog.
I said,
and you see it in the pros. Like when he's healthy,
everything got to be
Miami
right.
rolling.
Everything got to be right for him. Though. He got to have the best O-line.
I get it.
He got to have speedy receivers. He got to have everything right. And if he was that dude, he'll have a contract right now.
He will. He gonna get it.
I'm just saying.
So Joe Burrow.
It wouldn't even be up.
Hold on. No. So Joe Burrow don't have to have everything right.
No, Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl with the worst O-line. The worst O-line in NFL. He went to the Super Bowl with the worst O-line.
Hold on. He had the worst O-line, but who's the best receiver core? They were just the best receiver core in football. Was that not right or wrong? Was that not right or wrong?
Who cares?
They had a top 5 running back.
Stand under the barrel.
They had a top 5 running back. You know you're gonna get hit. They had a top 5 running back in Joe Mixon. They had the best receiver core in football.
It don't matter if you ain't blocking.
Did they have the best receiver core in football?
If you ain't blocking,
did they have the best receiver core in football?
But if
did they have the best receiver core in football?
Receiver O-line.
O-line
all day, bro. O-line all day. You
can
have Jerry Rice, John Taylor. If you ain't got an O-line,
no. I ain't gonna let you do it. He got sacked 9 times in one game. His defense was elite that year.
Man, at the end of the day, on offense, you got to have an O-line.
His defense not elite. Was his defense not elite?
They wasn't no top 5 defense.
Was they not?
No, they wasn't.
Did Tennessee lose? Did Tennessee lose? How did Kansas City lose?
But it wasn't no top 5 defense. It wasn't a top 5 defense.
They had a good D.
Great defense that year.
Elite is top 5.
They
didn't have a top 5 defense.
Bro,
you can
Google it. Blown out by the Rams.
You can Google it.
Good.
You can Google
it. By the Rams.
I say yes, good, but they wasn't top 5.
Yeah, but I mean, Joe was getting killed a lot.
Joe was getting killed.
No, did he have the best receiving core in football?
If Joe had O-line, they'd have won a Super Bowl.
Did he have the best receiving core in football?
Their receiving core is elite.
No, I'm not saying
it wasn't.
Because the quarterback elite.
I mean, all they go 1-1. The quarterback, you got trash receivers. The elite quarterback don't matter.
Yes,
but I think they go hand in hand. But you need a good O-line.
The quarterback elite. We ain't just about to get a receiver the credit. The quarterback is elite.
Who is Petty throwing to?
Shit. He got Debo. He got McCaffrey.
He's Mahomes.
This year he did. But I'm just saying. Kelsey's like a receiver.
He had no lead receiver.
Kelsey is a receiver. Kelsey is a receiver.
Rice is all right.
He had no lead receiver in 2 years.
Huh?
He had no lead receiver in 2 years.
Kelsey is an elite receiver.
Nah, come on, man. Come on, man.
Would
Cut
you
it
put
out,
Kelsey
bro.
as an elite receiver?
He's an
He
elite.
had-
He's an
weapon.
elite weapon.
He has not had a elite.
What are
He
you
has not
talking
had a
about?
elite receiver, not a tight end.
No,
He
that
has not
dude
had a
run
elite
receiver
receiver in
routes,
2
bro.
years.
That dude played tight end, but he run receiver routes.
That's yo. You say that, but no, he is a tight end. You
No,
have had
bro.
3. You had 3 elite receivers.
Bro.
Then he had 3 elite receivers.
He's like a Jimmy Grant in his prime.
Then he have 3.
He's like a Jimmy
elite.
Grant in his prime that
Oh, you
run
way better than
fly
Jimmy Graham.
routes.
No, you're disrespecting. You're disrespecting that dude. Called he a Jimmy Graham on his prime. Jimmy Graham was better than him.
Elite. I'm not arguing about
Jimmy Brown's not in. Jimmy Graham's not in there. Dog, back to what I just said. I'm putting it out there one more time. Dog, your boy had 3 elite receivers. Patty's won the championship 2 years in a row without 3 elite receivers.
Again, this year they had them same receivers. Joe Burrow got hurt, they don't make the fucking playoffs. Period.
Dog, that's called a quarterback.
Period. But did they make the
everybody has
playoffs?
somebody throw the ball.
Isn't tough though.
But with Joe Burrow, you got a chance to win the Super Bowl every year.
Of course. He's
Dog.
elite.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
Don't
I just said,
don't try to say
I'm not gonna diminish Joe. Joe's
Don't
elite.
diminish Joe, baby.
Joe is elite.
What? It's
Without
not
Joe,
about
they ain't make the
diminishing Joe.
playoffs.
But Pat Mahomes is one without elite receivers.
Okay,
What's the difference?
Patrick Mahomes elite. I'm not arguing that.
But no, you just said no.
We
You
started
said
from
you can't
two.
have elite
We
receivers.
started from
You
two.
got
Patrick
elite
Mahomes.
quarterback have elite receivers. Well, that's not true because Pat Mahomes didn't have them.
Oh, he had an elite tight end.
Well, but no, that's one person. You had 3.
What 3?
Your receivers. You had 3.
Yeah, 2.
No, he had 3. He had
Chase
Boyd.
Chase,
Boyd in the slot.
Higgins, and Boyd. Now
Boyd is
he make the core of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no, he's a
man.
good
I keep
solid
telling you
piece.
all that shit
But he
over
ain't
here,
elite.
bro.
But it makes the core elite.
Because
without him, it takes away from Chase and T. Higgins.
and I get
But I think as a collective 3, their receiving group is elite.
yeah, I agree. I
Elite.
get that. With a
They were
bad
voted
O-line.
as the top receiving core.
With
Yeah,
a bad
They're elite.
with a
They're
bad
elite.
O-line though.
Cut it out, man. Yo.
Let's see, bro. Joe elite.
But at the end of the day, JD will be the best quarterback in the NFL next year. He will win Rookie of the Year.
Washington shouldn't.
He gonna win Rookie of the Year.
If he go to Washington,
He gonna win Rookie of the Year.
I can see it. Right.
But if you go to New England, it's gonna be a tough
Yeah,
time.
New
Struggle.
England.
New England's struggle.
Yeah, he's going to New England.
We'll see, but shit happens though. People
Man,
trade up,
no.
shit happens.
Well, Washington need a quarterback.
They do.
Donovan be on here right now saying, "Boy, y'all fool."
I get all that though, but you know, in the NFL draft, bro, people trade up. Shit happens.
I wish D Spring was.
But
on
at the
here
end of the
right now.
day, if he go to Washington, I like the setup in Washington because you.
But
got,
you just said
you gotta
Chicago
go.
was elite too with receivers.
They
and
do.
whatever.
They got a good
All right,
situation
so,
now.
So we're gonna see who's gonna be the best quarterback.
We'll
That's all.
find out. I mean, I think
Both,
whether Caleb go 1 or 2, both will land in good situations because they have the weapons to
Right.
make to have a great season.
so we ain't gonna
So we'll
say
see.
when my man Rookie of the Year because Chicago is stacked like
No, I'm saying if he win it, I mean that means Washington is playing well.
that being JD is playing well.
Yeah, I mean both of them in a good situation, whether go 1 or 2.
The kid, that's what they call him, the kid.
Both are gonna be all right.
I don't know about that, man. But listen, let's get into Draymond. Let's talk about what happened with Draymond's latest ejection. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that and what it looks like moving forward. Can you start us off, man? Like, give us your thoughts on just what's going on with Draymond and how the Warriors need to handle the situation after what happened the latest ejection.
Well, I feel like it's time to move on for Draymond. It's gonna be hard because y'all just gave him a deal. Those antics was cool when you win a championship, but when you in the play-in, and the thing is, bro, you just had to sit down for like how many games he was suspended?
No more than 10.
By 10 games. Them 10 games you hurting the team. Them 10 games we could have won half of them and be out the play-in right now. And you got kicked out, bro, less than 5 minutes. Like at that point is you don't give a damn. You didn't want to play. You were selfish. It wasn't by the team. For you to keep doing the thing, then you come back, oh my bad. And sometimes, bro, it's like somebody keep cheating on you over and over, and you be like, my bad, like, bro, I'm tired of hearing you. And you can just see the disgust on Steph Curry's face. And now Steph Curry is getting put in there, like, is he really a true leader? Because Draymond wouldn't do that if he was a true leader. Now you questioning my character because of the antics you pulling, bro. And you got to worry about it at this point, like, Steph asking for a trade. Steph still playing the league. and to keep getting kicked out, like you argue. I had to learn that lesson in coaching. If you, because I got kicked out of coach, my head. But if you, they ain't gonna change the call. You can say whatever you want to say. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you right, bro. Let me change that." That is not gonna happen. And then you got a reputation right now. Like when I had a reputation, they call me, watch him. Any quick thing, you out of here. And that's what he's doing, bro. And you're not, you're not producing like you used to produce. Draymond, when they put up there, he was averaging about what, 12, about 9 rebounds, about 8 assists. Right now, you're a 4 or 5 point player, bro. So at some point, the organization gonna have to say, thank you for the championship, but bro, you can't control your emotions. And I'm tired of hearing you saying my bad.
Yeah, for me, bro, like the Warriors, good for them. Because when you had an opportunity to not re-sign Draymond in the offseason, you could have moved on. You went around and gave him a 3-4 year deal, $100 million.
$100 million.
That's on you. Like you get what you get. Like you know what the type of player he is. And you gave him $100 million after punching one of your players. Granted, Jordan Poole may not be the player that you think he is, but what type of precedence are you setting when you sign a player for $100 million, knowing how he acts? So what can they do? Nobody wants to trade for Draymond and take that deal. Nobody. So they made the bed. They got to lay in it. And at the end of the day, Draymond antics going to continue. He is who he is. And the Warriors are in a situation because they made their bed and they got to lay in it. So that's what it is, bro. Like, it's ridiculous, dog. I blame the organization. Don't sign him. You don't need him. Right? I get the leadership. I get the on-court defense. If you feel the antics are too much, don't give him $100 million. But you pay him, that means you're condoning the antics. And that's what it is.
Yeah, I think we're in a situation where risk versus reward, right? You can deal in the 90s, late 90s, when the Bulls were at the apex, they're winning championships. You could deal with Dennis Rodman's antics because the risk versus reward was rebounding titles and championships, right? But Draymond he's not an elite player anymore. And what he's doing on the court is not helping them for winning success. So, and I think the whole notion of bringing them back was to keep that bunch together so they can try that one last run. But we're now seeing this is it for them, right? As is, the way they play, the talent they have on the floor, the roster, it's not good enough to win night in, night out. And we're starting to see that in games where they're playing against, whether it's the Kings or whoever else in their division and in their conference and then throughout the NBA. Like, they're in the play. They're 100% about to be in the play. This is a good chance. They may get locked by Houston.
Yeah.
I was about to say, that's what I was about to say. Shit, if they make the
play, there's a good chance they get locked by Houston, which is very interesting, right? Yeah. And so risk versus reward, are you going to bring that back? And here's another thing, because of his contract, you can't just let him go. Right.
No, you have to trade him.
So, and if you trade him, who are you going to trade him for?
Who wants that contract?
Who wants him? Like, if we get the contract, who wants him?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Point, yeah, at that. I mean, but you would want him, but not at $100 million.
But no, who would want him because he's such a head case? Yeah, he's such an issue. Like, you don't want that you don't want that personality on your roster. You wouldn't mind that personality if he had better leadership and you won, and it was just the fact that he just aging. The aging factor happens, and you're like, but he's a veteran presence. We'll keep him on the roster.
But I think
that was hold on. Let me finish. That was Haslam's last 5 to 7 years with the Miami Heat. They kept him on the roster because he was a veteran presence. He's like a third, fourth coach. Same thing with Ilagaga. Yeah. He stayed on the roster because he was another coach. Who gonna keep Draymond on that team? Because his physical like his physical game is. I mean, what's going on the court and his play is not sustaining no more. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was about to. You. That's what I was going to touch on. I think for the Warriors, they don't have that personality,
Right.
that can stand up to his personality. Like that ain't Steph, that ain't Clay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like a team like the Lakers or somebody where you got like a LeBron, AD, or somebody like that, they can go. They won't be a go to the Draymond. You tripping? You know what I'm saying? Somebody, one of those, like you need a personality that will go to him, you know. But with the Warriors, you don't have that. It ain't Steph personality to be like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Because if Steph would have had that personality, when he's standing up against the ref, he'd have pushed them out the way, like, man, let's walk away. You're doing too much. And so that's the difference. He need to a team will trade from him will feel like we got pieces that can stand up to his personality.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, he's gonna go rogue one time. Can you handle that? At least 5 to 8 times in a year, if not more. He's gonna go rogue. So then, what are you willing to do? Like, what are you willing to sacrifice for knowing that he's gonna go rogue and he's gonna have at least 10 texts? He's gonna like me being a Piston fan, I knew that Rasheed Wallace was going to get at least 14 texts throughout the year. He's going to have an issue. He never got violent, but you know he's going to curse the ref out. You're going to get put out at least 5 games in the season. You know these things are going to happen. So, like, what are you willing to be like, all right, cool. It's just times with him, man. I don't know. I want to look at it like that. Like what? Like, what can we deal with that? And the Lakers, who is also a playing team, can they also deal with that? Because their roster is not that great either.
But I think when even though Rasheed had say 14 texts against Detroit, that was there, but somewhere else he probably had 40 texts. Y'all had like personalities like Ben Wallace, Johnson Billings, Rip Hamilton. That bruh, all right, enough, bro. We're gonna let you vent for a minute, but we don't need a tech tonight.
But even with Steph, I will hold Steph accountable. You can grab Draymond and walk him away.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it ain't even about a personality. Like, you know you need him. Like, dog, grab him and walk him away. But the refs wouldn't even give him that second tech, I think, if Steph would have walked him away.
But you know what that meant for me? He's fucking over Draymond.
He probably is.
When you over somebody, you like, bro,
no,
I don't even care.
It's like if your partner about to get into something and you know that shit foolish.
Yeah.
I'm walking you away, dog. Right. I'm not even about to let you get into that situation because you know it's gonna hurt us.
Right.
Steph could have easily walked Draymond away because you know you need him. Right. And like you said, he's shaking his head. He's just over it.
Over the situation.
Yeah.
It's like you in a relationship. If I keep telling you the same old shit, at time, bro, I'm tired of hearing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're tired of it.
I'm like, whatever.
And you could tell he's not remorseful.
Yeah.
Right, because the
way he said the shit, how he said it.
Yeah, it's shit on deaf ear right about it.
It's like your mom said, it's going one ear
right out the other.
Right out the other at this point.
But they made their bid, they laid in it. It's $100 million problem.
And that's what I'm saying. How you get rid of that contract? No, as a
it's gonna be hard. We agree.
Now Russ got traded. Somebody wanted his contract, but Draymond's attitude is the reason why I wouldn't.
Somebody might do it, but if you're the Warriors, you need to see. Because at this point,
that man to Siberia.
Yeah, ship him to China.
You know what I mean? Like,
he got to trust the waters. But you can see Steph is over it.
Yeah, you can tell.
He over it.
All right, man. Let's get to it a little bit. Last 2 topics for the day, man. Ray got to get out of here. So you got a lot you got going on. Let's get him out of here really quickly. But let's get a quick debate on what y'all feel about the Washington Wizards no longer going to Virginia, Northern VA. They'll be in the city for next. To at least 2059. Damn, I ain't gonna see it because I'll be dead by that time. So
what is the like 2070, right?
No, it's 2059. I think it's 2059. So I won't make it. I won't be able to see that.
I'm living to 100.
I think it's 2024, it's 2059. I think it's 2049, matter of fact. But maybe I'll make that. I don't know. But the way the world works and the way my nerves is working, I don't know. Every day I feel like, man, there's something going on. But anyway, let's talk about it a little quick. Like, what was your thoughts when you heard about the Wizards? But the Wizards and the Caps and the Mystics will still be a Washington team. Let's talk about it right quick. Ray, start us off, man. What was your thoughts when you know that deal got scrapped?
I think it's good for the city. I mean, of DC. It gives the people an entertainment element. You know, when DC rolling, bro, like from the Wizards standpoint, DC is a vibe. Gilbert Arenas had the city on fire, right? But you know, it's good for the city. I mean, it's a loss for Virginia. I mean, they had a lot of big plans of housing and new metro. But it's a win for DC, bro. I mean, I'm glad Muriel Bauer and the politicians found the money to keep Leonce on his team in DC. So it's a win.
Oh, I knew they wasn't going nowhere. It was all to use Virginia to get the money you wanted. They never really wanted to leave DC. And just the access to a loan to get to the stadium, you're in a perfect spot, different metros and parking garages. What they were trying to build in Virginia, that was going to be a mess.
Yeah.
And so he played his card well. Okay, I got somebody interesting. I'm going to make you jealous. I'm going to flirt with the other state.
Yeah.
And it made them come out their pocket. So I never thought they would leave. And I knew DC would come up with the money. So get your product better. That's what I want.
Yeah, I agree, man. The team stinks. But here's the thing. I don't think he played his hand well. I don't think he did. I think he actually overshot they say overshot your load. I think he overshot his load in a lot of different key areas. I think he didn't do it. They didn't do their due diligence on the metro assets. I think that was a key component. When the metro GM came out and said that they haven't had any discussions with their organization, I think that was major because it made it seem like at that point, like how can you build this stadium over there that's going to be able to support the massive crowd of people coming in and out of metro and deal with everything else. And I don't know if you ever been in that area in the last 2 or 3 years, but I go there every now and then, and that area is already overcrowded with people in homes and apartments, townhouses, and beyond. It was gonna be a mess off of Route 1. So I think that was one aspect of it. I think another aspect, he didn't have a backup plan. So when the state of Virginia said no and they scrapped it, they scrapped that bill. They didn't even put it to the bill. They scrapped it, and the governor had no rebuttal to it because he couldn't do anything about it. That was it. The deal was being done. So I think Mel Browser, maybe she got into the ear of that. I don't know if she was a state senate, but state representative of Virginia. Maybe she told her, "Hey man, I need you to scrap that deal." She did something because that sister for the Virginians scrapped that deal with it like it was. She's on the financial board or whatever that they call the committee, and she scrapped it immediately. And after that, it was a wrap. No money, no problems. It was not gonna happen. And she laughed about it. She she put tweets out there telling me, "Yep, deal denied," like all that type of stuff. She said everything. It was funny. She's actually very funny. But I think that's where you knew DC had an upper hand. And then I think it came out that the DC had a lease with them, like an ironclad lease that said you had to be a part of the Capital One Arena for like 2049. So that really ended out. So knowing that they get their $500 million, the city paid for it. But the city knew they couldn't lose the state. They couldn't lose the meter because that would have been a gaping hole over there. It just would have been a blank space over there. And you got to put restaurant stores, all that type of stuff. It'd have been a huge negative factor on the city, man. Like that stuff brings a lot of money downtown, and from the parking down to the tickets they get out. So they know that was in a gaping hole. So it was a misinformation across the board, but good that they finally figured it out. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to go to Virginia on the Metro to watch no damn game. That's the dang show.
You don't go to the games now. What are you talking about?
I don't, man. But listen,
they got to put a better product on the floor, though.
But here's another thing. Like, even the Mystics, what were they going to do with the Mystics? The Mystics going to have to move, too.
Yeah, they would have.
So,
they just built the arena in the little area in Southeast.
Yeah, but I will say this. He did win on getting them to agree to building a practice facilities for the Wizards. That was me.
Where the hell they practice at now?
I think Southeast.
Oh, hell no.
Somebody told me Southeast. I think a barber told me Southeast. Now, he could be lying. But I think a barber did tell me they practice over there in Southeast.
Hell no.
Over there. So I could be wrong, though. But I think he did get them to agree with that. That helps. Now you got that practice facilities there.
Yeah, that's all it was.
You get the money. If you see DC found that money.
Yeah, they did find it.
Yeah. They want to let that go out. That's revenue.
Yeah, I see it. I saw my taxes went up too, so I know where they got that money from.
You want to see it, bro? It's new mortgage.
I'm saying, like, also they just want to they just all out of nowhere. They say you're supposed to like evaluate your property taxes every 4 years.
Yeah, you should.
They're like, yeah, we evaluate yours now. Like, dog, what y'all doing, bro? So yeah, man, we see what's going on, man. All right, man. Before we get up out of here, last topic for the day, season 6, episode 1, the play-in tournament. Right now, if the tournament ends today, who do you feel, Key, is the most dangerous team in that play-in tournament? Both sides. Give me one for the East and the West.
I got to look for the West. I got to look for the East. I don't know who in the play-in tournament for the East.
Yeah, I think the East don't matter, but give me the one for the West then. One for the West. Right now, you said they're gonna be a problem.
You say start today,
if
right?
It start today.
Who will be that team you'll pick to be a problem?
If it start today, I would have to go with Phoenix. If it start today, just
they're a 7 seed, right? They're the 7 seed, right?
8.
They're 8 seed.
8.
They're 7.
8. I'm looking at right now on Bleacher. They 8.
Nah, bro. I'm looking.
Kings won. Well, Kings lost, but they're half a game behind Phoenix.
I'm looking
behind the Kings.
Well, I'm looking on ESPN. They got Phoenix 43 and 31. They got Sacramento 42 and 31.
Yeah, 9.5. Yeah.
So Phoenix is 7.
Okay. They're still in the play-in.
Yeah, that's saying they're in the play-in. So if I had to choose, I'll go with Phoenix because I think, man, it's tough right now because for real, Pelicans got a tough stretch coming up, and they're a couple of games out for the play-in.
Right.
Yeah, without no Brandon Ingram, but we're gonna stick with the script. If we got to go with today, I'll say probably Phoenix.
Phoenix, you'll go with Phoenix. Who you got, Ray?
So I would definitely say Phoenix and the Lakers.
Why the Lakers?
They can easily put it together.
Why the
teams
Lakers?
Out of the West.
Why would they put it together? They haven't put it together all season. So why would they put it together today?
I think the Lakers showed last season, bro. Like in the
this
playoffs,
is this
season.
Raymond. This is 2024.
I get it. Lakers have talent, just like Phoenix have talent. In a 4-game series, bro, a 7-game series, you only need 4. You win 2 in a row, confidence build. Anything can happen. So I will pick those two.
Did they not lose to the Pacers last night?
Pacers ain't a bad loss, bro. Pacers is a solid team.
Pacers
ain't like they lost to the worst team in.
I didn't say that. I said they lost to the Pacers last night, which means they lost.
I mean, it's not a bad loss. I mean, it's bound to happen. But the East, I'm gonna say Philly, because I think if Embiid come back healthy, they're gonna be a problem for the top teams because you don't want to see Philly in full strength. And Miami too. Miami just has shown they could come out of the dead, coming out of the play and get to the finals.
And that's what I'm gonna say in the East. I'm gonna say Miami because of the coaching, and we have shown Miami get in the playoff, and they turn to a different team because of the coaching of Spo. So I would say Miami. Yeah, I would say Miami.
Okay. All right. Listen, I think Miami for the East because of what Spo has done when it comes to that. They barely made it through one time. They think they beat Chicago. They were down like by 20 or something like that.
They were last year.
Last year, they ended up winning. So Spo can always spearhead, but you doesn't want to keep doing that. But definitely, and when it comes to the West, it's got to be Phoenix, the 17, because they have those 3 scores.
Yeah,
that can go off at any time. That can always be an issue. But the West is going to be so competitive. Yeah. Like it's just, I mean, Minnesota is going to be a problem.
Yes, they are.
You know what I mean? They're going to be a problem this season. It's going to be real interesting to see what happens.
But it depends if they get Cat back for me.
Yeah, they got to get Charlie.
They got to get Cat back.
But they've been playing well without Cat.
Yeah, but I'm saying you need Cat when you're going against Denver. They can make it to the, you know what I'm saying? And you got to get, like if you, the big boy in New Orleans, you got to have Cat back that can score and stretch your defense out.
They can work.
Yeah, they got to get Cat back.
Yeah, I agree. Cat for the tournament is going to be, but I want it like you said about even the Pelicans. They're gonna be a problem, man.
Yeah,
They gotta get BI back though.
they got BI coming back in 2 weeks. I heard he might be back by playoffs.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
he needs to start
they
getting
looking
injured
strong.
so much. Why is he getting injured so much, man?
He's lanky,
frail.
bro. Nigga frail, lanky.
Now, what that frail got to do with, man? At some point, you need to be drinking some milk or something.
You need something.
Because they healthy, bro. The Pelicans can make it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, everything.
Because they beat Milwaukee last night with that the night before
Milwaukee's so up and down.
without
it's
without
up and
BI.
All right, so real quick before we get out of here, pick'ems real fast. NCAA tournament edition. Key, Ray, then me. Key, Connecticut against Illinois. Who you got?
Connecticut.
Yeah, UConn.
I got the upset here, Illinois. I got the upset in this game.
Illini. Kendall
Illini,
Gill rolling over in
man.
his grave.
That's tonight. All right, Alabama, Clemson tonight at 2. Who you got, Key?
I'm going with Alabama.
Yeah, I got Bama.
The Clemson blew him out early in the season, but I got Bama this game. Duke, NC State tomorrow. Key, who you got?
I'm going with Duke.
Yeah, too much Duke, too much talent.
I got the upset here. I think NC State is on the run, playing great defense. I think Burns is gonna have a major game this game. Last game.
Revenge tour. They beat us in the ACC tournament.
They did. They smacked y'all up. They could be the revenge of the regular season. We smacked them up. All right. So last game of Sunday, Purdue, Tennessee. Who you got, Key?
I'm going Tennessee.
Yeah, I like Tennessee. They rolling.
I think Purdue wins this game.
Too much eating.
Too much eating. You know they played each other earlier. Man, Tennessee. Purdue can hit shots that the last Gonzaga just couldn't. So I got Purdue winning this one, man. They showed a lot. All right, man. So listen, our Final Four, the way we running it, it's gonna be you guys. We all saying Connecticut's at me, Illinois, Alabama, Duke. Between the two of y'all, I got NC State, and then there's Tennessee, and I got Purdue.
Yes, sir.
That's our Final Four for this. So yeah, probably it's gonna be awful. Probably not gonna get anything, but we'll see, man.
Yeah.
Outside, y'all want to do women's real quick?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, man. Let me find the women's real fast. See what we got right now.
I got our LSU next week, Monday probably.
Well, we can't do Final Four.
Look, ain't not watching the game. We scouting, baby.
We gotta do round 8 though. We round 8 right now.
Yeah.
Right. So tomorrow game, South Carolina, Oregon State. Who you got, Key?
I got South Carolina.
Yeah, I got Don. I think they bounce back.
Yeah, I think South Carolina. They still keep rolling. All the motivation to keep winning, baby. So South Carolina, first team in the Final Four. We got that. All right, next game, Texas, NC State. Who you got, Key?
I'm gonna go with Texas.
Upset. NC State rolling.
Whew, boy, they look good in that last game. But they run into a stop right here. Texas get in there. I like the coach. Former Mississippi State coach. He left. He went there to Texas A&M, not to Texas. He's a good coach, man. He knows how to get it done. All right, LSU has a 2BD, so we don't know. We can't do them. And then the last game is playing on now. Colorado's getting smoked by Iowa. You see the white mamba, Caitlin Clark, doing her thing. So, man, I think she's going to take her team to the Final Four anyway. I think she'll beat LSU the next game. Who y'all got between that game?
I'm going with LSU.
We knew that. Who you got, Ray?
LSU, Iowa?
Yeah.
Ooh. Boy, have mercy. I think LSU pull it off, dog.
Okay, well, I think Caitlin Clark gets her revenge. Yeah. Katie gets her revenge. The white mamba gets the win. Should be good, man. I love seeing both of these organizations, women's and men's sports, going at it.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So, Ray, well, let's get our final thoughts. Ray, start us off so we can get out of here.
We ain't do the other one right.
Who?
Ain't USC and somebody?
It hasn't been selected yet. We can't do it. It hasn't been selected.
Winner.
You can pick the winner.
The winner of that game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, well, cool. I was about to say we couldn't do it because it hasn't been selected.
They still play tonight, though.
Yeah, let's go round of 16.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, yeah. USC, Baylor. Who you got, Key?
I got USC.
And Juju, I trust.
Oh, yeah. Juju, I trust, too. I've been talking about it. I told about it. She's the best freshman in the country. Top 2, top 3 player. Way better than Williams for LSU. Key don't like that, but it's true.
She cold.
All right. So Connecticut, Duke. Who you got, Key?
I got UConn.
Too much Paige Beckers, bro. She rolling right now.
Yeah, I got Kay showing everybody why she was
And they
one
my
of the best
Final
players
Four
to play the
pick.
game.
They my Final Four pick. I'm going.
So you
UConn.
got
UConn
USC,
over
Connecticut.
USC.
You got UConn beating USC.
Yes.
Who you got?
I got it too. I think too much of the girl inside with the
With
colorful
Becker,
braids
yeah.
and Paige Becker, the way she
Yeah.
playing right now.
Yeah.
I think I'll take her over a solo act of Juju.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not solo. Little girl from Harvard can play.
Yeah,
But
she can, but I think I take
I got Paige winning too. I got UConn to the Final Four. It's just too much. It'll be too much on the freshman shoulder to go toe to toe with probably one of the, at one point we thought was a generational player for the injuries.
Injuries killed her.
I think she still is. She healthy and she's showing. She that healthy. She's showing.
Yeah, so I got them winning too.
Well,
all right, man. Final thoughts for that. Key start us off.
Another March Madness been living up to the hype. Even the boys, I've been impressed with the boys this year. Last year was a disappointment, so it's been a good product for both the women and the men. So I know y'all boys happy baseball started.
You know it. My team sucks, so I ain't got no expectation.
Yeah, so go Red Sox.
Man, great show. Start season 6. Man, just keep rocking with us, man. And it's a journey, yo.
Yeah, I'm excited about baseball. I'm more excited the fact that my boys who have been getting their ass whipped by the same team the last 2 playoff runs in the Phillies showed up yesterday. It was 2-2 going to the 8th inning, and they wouldn't put them bats on them. That's what you do, Braves. You put them bats on them motherfuckers. That's what you do when you win a division and they put you on the road. You put them bats on their ass. You put them bats on them. We bat them up. 9-3 was the game. No, we got another game today. If we win today, we start the season off because we're the best team in baseball. Period. Period. We loaded. I don't care what the Dodgers got. I don't care what the other teams got. We it. So good job. Like I said, first episode, season 6, man. This is gonna be that year, transition year. We got we're hosting a 7-on-7 flag meet and greet with the families that they're coming up in a couple of weeks at St. James.
Yes, sir.
And Springfield. So we're super excited about that. And man, just super excited to get out here and keep doing great things.
Yes, sir. We out.
And it's sunny outside.
In DC.
In DC, not here.
Oh yeah, it is.
What we talking about?
God shine on DC too now.
What we talking about?
IBD, my man.
What we talking about? I ain't feeling what you saying. What we talking about? From time to time, every set of brothers argue. You gotta listen in to catch a glimpse.